Hi guys, my lamp's currently in the process of dying. Yeah, I was going to talk today about my experiences in England trying to get testosterone. So I'm currently pre-T. Okay, so I'm currently pre-T, so that means I haven't had testosterone yet, which if you don't really know what that does or like why trans guys have it, there's tons of videos. Just kind of maybe type in like FTM transition timeline, there'll be tons of stuff. Anyway, if you're watching this video, you're probably actually trans yourself, maybe you live in England, maybe you're just curious, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not on testosterone currently, but I'm hoping to be within the next few months. So I was under 18 when I started my process of getting testosterone. So in the whole of England, there is only one clinic that you can go to if you're under 18, and it's in London, and it's called Tavistock. Yeah, so I was at Tavistock for a good chunk of time because I started at 14, maybe a little bit like late 15, and I finished, so they referred me at 17. It's probably not always going to be this long. I think they base it a little bit around your age, so I don't think they want you getting testosterone really when you're much younger than 18, just like... Sorry, I keep fucking around with this lamp, it's lighting shit. Yeah, so they probably don't want you to be like much younger than 18 when you get testosterone, just because of like consent reasons, I'm sure, and like just tons of stuff. So the way they've done it, I should be getting testosterone pretty much hopefully a few weeks after my birthday. My dog's at the door. Do you want to say hello? Ugh. Hopefully I should be getting testosterone maybe like a few weeks after my birthday, like, I don't know, a month or two afterwards would be kind of not ideal, but it might be. They're not very steady on dates. But yeah, so I think that's the way they do it. They try and do it so you're around 18, like maybe just under, all things dependent. But yeah, so Tavistock, what happens there? Nobody knows. Actually, I don't know. Obviously everyone's experience is going to be slightly different, so they base it off their diagnosis of your gender dysphoria and like obviously what kind of trans you are, because if you are wondering, yes, non-binary people can go to Tavistock, that's fine. I've met some people there, they said they were totally chill with it, like, can be a bit iffy sometimes, but I don't know, maybe, I might ask my friend about that and make a different video about that, but yeah, so everyone's thing will be different. I'm very binary trans, so I think they quite immediately diagnosed me with gender dysphoria. They were like, yeah, that's happening. I don't know, just like, you know, the usual questions, like how do you feel about your chest area? Be warned, they might talk about things in like a scientific way, like using language you don't like. The adult gender clinic definitely does that, but I will discuss that later. So they asked me about like my body, like my social discomfort, everything, and then they went to like things in my other parts of my life, like mental health and like how things are in my life. I think that they want, before you're on testosterone, I think you need to have been out and socially open as trans for about 6 months, I think it is. So they asked me what I was, I said like, yeah, YOLO, been out for like a year, all of this. And then, so you have to go, like, you have like an hour session. I think if you live really far away, they can make it an hour and a half or 2 hours, because I think they extended mine sometimes. Because I live about 4.5 hours away from London, so obviously it's not ideal, but that's life. So they diagnose you with gender dysphoria. There's also like group communities there. So that if you want to go, there's like, you can plan it so your day of going is the same day as these community events, and like, meet all trans people and stuff. Like, I only went once, but I met some really nice people there, so that's, if you're kind of looking for a social side of it, that's really good. Yeah, one thing I will say about the kind of sessions, which I don't know if this was very me specific, or like, if I just kind of missed the memo, but I never really got informed that our talks were going to be something that were like, I don't know, like obviously I knew they were trans related, but we talked about some really private stuff, and that she would like because I went with my dad, she'd like pull me into a separate room and be like, let's talk about this really private stuff. And I'd be like, okay, clearly this is like a chance for me to talk about like my feelings. So I really opened up, and when I got my referral through, which they sent to the adult clinic, it was, all the stuff was in there, which I was really uncomfortable about. I hadn't been told it was going to be in there, and obviously my parents don't ever open my mail because they just think it's an invasion of privacy. But I know some parents do, and like there was stuff in there my parents don't know about. I don't want my parents reading. Like I was kind of upset by it, to be honest. Like I'd felt a little bit taken advantage of. I wouldn't have minded if they'd said at the beginning, like, this is all going into your referral, but it just kind of, bam, was in there. So if you're planning on going, I'm not saying, like, don't talk about what you want to talk about, like, definitely do, especially if you think it's going to affect, like, trans things, but, like, just be aware it's going into the referral, and if there's stuff you don't want in there, maybe you can talk about it and just be like, is it cool if this doesn't go into the referral, because, like, I don't think it's relevant, and, like, just for reasons, I don't want it to be in there, and I'm pretty sure that they'd respect that. So yeah, I went to these sessions, we talked about this stuff, and then eventually they'll probably ask you about children. That's one main thing they really talk to you about. Like, obviously testosterone gives you a really high chance of being infertile, so they talk to me a lot about that. I don't know, and it's something they really play devil's advocate, so just gonna be warned for that, because they're not, if you're just like, I don't want children, they're not gonna be like, okay, cool. They're gonna be like, but what if you want children, you know, all this. But I want children, I love children, so that wasn't my problem. But they were talking about whether I wanted to get, like, frozen, I'm gonna say sperm. I wanted to get my sperm frozen. Obviously it's not that, you guys will know what I mean. So I could save it for later in case I wanted to have children or not. But yeah, they'll ask you about all of this. If you come to a good decision yourself, they'll usually just kind of be like, okay, you clearly know your stuff. Another thing I would recommend for Tavistock is look at videos of people like talking about what changes testosterone have. Like, I literally have watched about every one that there is on YouTube. So I really recommend watching these because they love it when you know what you're talking about. Like, she asked me at the start, like, do you know what testosterone does? And I was just there, like, listing them off, like, you know, like, bottom growth, facial hair, voice deepening, acne, like, the bad stuff and the good stuff. They want to know that you know. Okay, so my camera died, but on the plus side, I fixed my lamp. Wow. Okay, so I actually decided that the lighting was so horrendous, I've moved myself to the floor so I can plug in my lamp while I'm filming the video. I was initially going to talk about Tavistock and the adult gender clinic in this video, but I've realised, because I was doing some editing while I was charging my camera, that it's actually already quite long. I'm at like 6 minutes, so I'm going to make 2 separate videos. They'll be uploaded like in quite similar times, because I'll probably film them both today. But I'll leave this one as the Tavistock one. I also realised, as I was charging my camera and editing videos, I got a notification up on my YouTube channel, like, saying that, so it's, I was saying that there's only one gender clinic for under 18s in the whole of the UK, or in the whole of England, and that's not actually accurate, because Ashwood the Tash, who I will link the video down below, he's also English, and he's just uploaded a thing saying that there's actually a new under 18s private gender clinic, which, if any of you have the kind of money for that, that might be an option. But obviously I'll just link you to the video, he can talk all about that, but like, yeah, that's could be an option for some of you. I won't talk too much about it, he literally covers everything in the video, but I just thought I'd mention that, because don't want to be spurting out false facts here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I think that's all I'm going to talk about today, because it's all I have to talk about. But if you have any questions or anything to do with Tavistock, anything like my experiences, feel free to like leave a comment or like message me on some social media, which I'll also put the links down below, and I'll try and answer them either through like messaging back, or maybe make another video about it, see if it's a big topic. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll leave it there.